Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are now joined alongside Jeremiah Milton, heavyweight sensation. Sorry to keep you waiting so long, man. The conversation got so good in the green room, we just couldn't stop. Bo, give me an adjust on that widescreen when you get a chance. Jeremiah, welcome to the new studio, man. What do you think of the building?
Hey, man, the building is sweet. I had a chance to tour it a couple times. You know, you got the ring in the bottom. Hey, man, this is the compound right here. You know
For sure.
This is it.
So I'm hearing you're going to be having a media workout out of here, maybe, possibly. Do you know? Have you heard?
Yeah, you know, they've been running a couple of different things past me, but with this being such a big date, you know, everything's just been gearing up, and I just been like, yo, you call me over here, I'll pop up. You know? So, like, my thing is I'm on the fight. But, yeah, I think we're doing one.
That'll be good, man. That'll be good. I think that would it be your first public media workout, like that they're making a big deal about, giving you your own location?
Yeah, I mean that's you know, it's just getting bigger. It's getting bigger and better.
So how is everything, man? How are you in terms of, you know, I guess personal life? Is everything going good? And then obviously get into boxing, man. How's everything moving with the career?
Nah, everything's been going good. You know, shout out to my team for pulling off such a big date for me. You know, I'm fighting Madison Square Garden, my 6th professional fight. That's just huge. You know, it's you know, a lot of different victories we taking right now. Yeah, personally, everything's great.
That's great to hear, man. And you're gonna be on the Jake Paul undercard, right? With Hasim Rahman.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a huge card, man.
Nah, yeah, I mean, you know, Rock, Jake Paul, of course, you know what I'm saying, Jake Paul's the attraction. Getting a date like the venue of the Madison Square is just, you know, it's nuts. Everybody's talking about that. So, I mean, the stage is set. I just got to go and do what I do and, you know, how I deliver.
Cool. So, was that something you were hoping for? Or you just got the call. Did you say, like, yo, get me on that card? Or was it just a phone call like, hey, you're on this card?
No. I mean, that's pretty much how it came about. Like, I was, you know, warming up kind of for my last fight. And then I was kind of, like, told either the night before or, you know, then. I can't really remember. But, yeah, it was just like, oh. So I knew I had something, you know, big to get ready for after that next bout. But, you know, I focus on one thing at a time. And, you know, yeah, so it's a huge date. It's a fight like any other.
For sure, man. So what's been up in terms of boxing, in terms of training? Anything different? I think I met your strength and conditioning coach. Is Joe your strength and conditioning coach?
No. Joe is not. I'm still with Coach Wade and Devron.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, these are still my guys. You know, but for the most part, you know, Joe, he's been a good help. He's been out here working with Fight Stars, trying to, you know, just, you know, capitalize on all the moment as far as like Madison Square and all the fight details and whatnot. So yeah, he's been a great asset, good friend of mine.
Absolutely. Now, how exciting was it for you? Excuse me, when maybe you got the call from Mike and he's telling you, yo, you're gonna be on this Jake Paul Showtime pay-per-view event. Like, how huge was that for you?
No, I mean, like, I guess it really never sets in until you standing there, right? Because it always goes back and forth. I mean, we had a lot of issues leading up to the thing, especially with Jake not look like he was going to fight because, you know, it's Tommy Fury at first.
Absolutely.
You know, so you never want to get your hopes up too high because you never know what's going to happen. That's just the sport. But, you know, now everything's in motion. You know, opponent is locked in. Everything's locked in. It's getting realer by the moment. You know, I never been to New York. You know, so
you've never even been to New York City.
Touched down. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna walk it like I own it.
Oh wow, man! Now New York City to me is probably like my favorite city in the U.S. Like,
yeah.
I'm from Chicago. Every time I go to New York, it's a vibe. Like the food, the culture. I mean, the women, like literally everything. Everything's a good time in New York. And obviously, you're talking about Madison Square Garden. You're talking about the Mecca of boxing. You're talking about the same arena that Muhammad Ali once graced. Have you even thought about that, or do you think once you're there, then it'll maybe set in a bit more?
No, absolutely. I think the consensus amongst everybody seems to be the same reaction. You know, everybody's just telling me like how many greats have come through there, and like, you know, you wasn't nobody till you fought the Garden type, you know. So being able to add that to, you know, my legacy for one, part of history that I'm making for myself. Um, it is an amazing experience. I watching Dave Chappelle and those boys over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at them the other night performing at the Garden. I'm like, well, I'm gonna be there in like a week. And I mean, they're not boxing, but like, you know, just you talk about all the who's and legends. that walk through
Exactly,
there.
the who's who, right?
Yeah,
The big names.
the big
It's like
names.
it don't matter what you do.
Yeah, you
If you
perform
at if
there.
you at the top of what you do, like that is one of the venues you gonna end up at is Madison Square Garden.
Yeah,
For you going in there, you're going in there against a guy 5-0, undefeated, 4 knockouts, I believe he has.
right.
Have you seen much in your opponent, Quentin Sumter?
No, I mean he only got like one little clip online. Look like he comes to fight. So I'm not too worried about it. You know, all these guys they say the same thing about, you know, wanting to knock me off and give me whatever. Uh, you know, if they want to feed me their O's, then that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He said if they want to feed me their O's,
yeah. So I
that's just how
mean,
you see it.
that's how I see it. I mean, I've been around the world now sparring. I've been in there with top guys. It's just it's been an amazing experience. You know what I'm saying? It's really been just you know, like I think back to even like whenever I wasn't that seasoned in the sport and I was amateur. I can't recall a time I've been hurt or something. You know, it's not really went my way in a fight, sparring, whatever. So you know, here we go. Just another day for me.
Now, I gotta say, for me, I first heard about you before you turned pro, and it's just I think it's been I guess from the outside looking in, it's been nice to see how you've came along because you turned pro at Kronk in Detroit, and obviously the pandemic and shit was really heavy, and to turn pro right after the world is opening back up from COVID, and to see what you've been able to accomplish. Obviously you've been able to get yourself on some big cards, get some highlight real knockouts, get yourself into some world class training camps. What would you say the last 2 years have been like? Because it was 2 years ago in so August makes 2 years that you turned pro. So what would you say that the last 2 years have been like?
Yo, I mean, everything's just a roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing about it though, when I step in the ring, you know, I've been favored. I've been favored to capture the moment. So although I've had like a lot of personal turbulence up and down, you know what I'm saying, one thing's remained the same is when I fight, and you know, when I get in there, I put my heart into it, and so you know, that always produces a result. You know, it's you know, I have good backing. You know what I'm saying? I don't have.
Yeah, I would definitely say you have a good backing, especially with Mike.
Yeah.
You know, Mike and I were talking, and it was just crazy all the success I was telling him. You know, for me being from Chicago, even though he's a Cubs fan, I like to see people from my city eat. But I was telling him, I'm like, Mike, you know, most people don't get 8 world title fights. Like, you know, as a manager, young manager, you know, somebody who isn't tied to somebody big. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, and he's really doing this thing, has made a lot happen, and I see it with you now, and that's what I'm saying. You literally turned pro. It'll be two years next month, and you've already been able to get on some of these big cards. You've already been able to get, some highlight reel knockouts, which obviously the knockouts that you're doing because you're the one putting the work in, but at the end of the day, you're still being put in position to have those opportunities. So I totally agree.
Yeah. So I mean, it goes hand in hand. You know, me being the hustler that I am, I'm gonna create the moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna create the vibe around me. You know, for my last fight, we were fighting out there, and there was nobody. It was no way to stream the fight. You know what I'm saying? So I hit up my boys from the town, man, and they came out and they showed me love. They recorded the whole thing for me. You know, I brought them off some bread for my birthday. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna do my part, and I'm gonna do my part exceedingly. know what I'm saying? And that's who I am.
Now, at this point, obviously, you got the big pay-per-view coming up, but at this point, where do you see yourself moving forward? You know, I think you've been put in great position already 2 years in. So, what would be next for you ideally? Like, where do you think you can more so, I don't want to say improve, but I guess I'll use that word, improve. Actually, Jeremiah, what we're gonna do, because it looks like your mics, we're having issues with your microphone, so I think we're gonna take a quick intermission, and we're gonna move you just across here. So one second, get this sorted.
All right. Danny, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, but we had to get those technical difficulties under wraps, and now we're back with Jeremiah Milton, heavyweight. His mic should be good. You guys should be hearing him way better. But where'd you leave off, Danny?
No, obviously just talking about the big opportunity on pay-per-view, talking about the big opportunity at the Garden, you know, a world-famous, world-renowned arena. And, you know, Jeremiah was just telling me that regardless, he's just coming to handle business, coming to take a O. And, you know, we're excited to see him on pay-per-view. That was another thing, talking about the opportunities, right, and being pushed in the right direction and obviously being moved the right way.
Yeah, you was asking me, like, you know, where I see it going, you know, for after this. And I mean, like, you know, I think anybody going to think ahead, but you know, you never really can call it, because, like, all I knew is, like, I've always said that for whatever reason, you know, my career is going to move faster than other people. I've been saying that since the amateur days, you know, but it's all because one thing about it, too, is I take the risk and I don't try to stay stagnant. Some dudes will be, like, turning down certain things or opportunities, and I'm just like, well, you know what, I feel like I'm ready for it. Let's just get it, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not ready, I'm going to get myself ready. And you meet it, you know what I'm saying? You meet an opportunity. So while you sitting here thinking like, oh, I'm not going to make this move because of this or that, well, now you made no plays, you know what I'm saying? And that's just hustling one-on-one, you know what I'm saying? Don't just stand there, you know what I'm saying? Don't stand there with your hands in your pockets, you know? So, yeah, I think I'm going to continue to speed up, but I got to be ready for it. So, like, you know, where you said like improvement or something like that, I think I got to continue to build a foundation around me that's going to have me ready to meet these opportunities, you know, because talent alone ain't always, you know what I'm saying, like what's going to break down the door every time.
Absolutely.
You know.
So, Jeremiah, was there some sort of conversation with your management or your team? Or was it just when you turned pro, it was during COVID, and now you're as active as you should be because things are kind of back to normal? Or did you have a conversation with management like, let's get this thing moving, because it seems like you are fighting more often this year than ever?
No, you know, I've always pressed them, even during COVID. You know, one thing about them that they know about me is I could be a bit impatient. But like I said, I'm not supposed to stand still. But also, you know, my promoter, Tony Holden, you know, we signed with Tony, and, you know, that opened more doors for fight opportunities. So I think now, you know, they're working more hand to hand. And like I say, I don't know the whole size of how that stuff plays out all the time, but it does. It gets me opportunities to keep moving, you know, and Tony does a good job with I just so happen to, you know, I'm in an envious spot. You know, Top Rank is always coming to Tulsa. Mm-hmm. Guess who's from Tulsa? You know, boom. So like on top of it, I can fight, and I make a highlight. So that didn't, you know what I'm saying, that didn't hurt, you know what I'm saying, the negotiations, I bet.
When's the last time you've been in Tulsa, like living there?
No, I mean, I ain't lived in Tulsa in a minute, but I did go home for Juneteenth. Beautiful time. I mean, you know, I was really surprised in my city. It was like Cali, I swear. Yo, I was looking at us, man. We had money out there, my people. Yo, y'all was doing y'all thing that whole week. So, yeah, the city is changing. The landscape is growing, and opportunities are being created out of that city. So it's a beautiful thing to see. But, you know, I've been in Vegas now for the last 2 years, so...
Been in Vegas for a minute, absolutely. Now, for you, obviously, I feel like it ain't no place like Vegas if you're gonna be in the sport of boxing. I feel like you gotta be in Vegas. But can you see yourself maybe leaving at any point, or are you content
I
here?
don't know, man. Vegas kind of got me spoiled, man. Already, you go somewhere and you ain't got the opportunities. Not like for boxing, you know what I'm saying. Boxing, this is definitely gonna be the spot. Like I say, I can fly to here. Boom, I'm in Cali. Boom, in an hour. I can go to London straight, direct flight. There's just so many people coming in and out, moves being made. Like, yeah, I owe a lot of my progress to being out here. Most places you ain't got this type of work just popping up. I got some rounds with FA recently. He's out here doing his camp. And like I say, if I was in Texas or something like that, you have a lot of guys down there too. But yeah, people just pop up, and you never know what's going to land in Vegas.
Not just in Vegas, but you did mention the UK.
Yeah.
And I know you were recently out there. Talk about some of that work you were able to get.
Yeah. No, I was sparring with Daniel Dubois. I met another guy out there who's also sparring, Peter. He's from Germany. I don't want to butcher his last name. And then you also got another guy, Jamie TKV from UK. Really impressive guys out there, man. Some really impressive dudes. Just the different styles and their approach to, boxing training is a lot different. I think they're very, fitness based. You know what I'm saying? So these guys are in pretty good shape, and they let their hands go. They box differently, but yeah, it was just another moment you can't really, like fabricate anywhere else. Like I'm literally somewhere else on a different type of time. Getting the work out. The McGuigan's gym. Shane McGuigan himself, a hell of a fighter back in his day. So yeah, these world class experiences, it's just it just doesn't show on my record. You're looking at my record 5-0, blah blah blah, but like this time that I'm putting in, it's got me a lot farther than the record's gonna show right now.
And you think that time that you put in, do you think that, what do you think needs to happen in order for that to show? Because obviously you putting the work in, you getting that grind in, you getting some top level work with some great names, not just here in Vegas, but obviously across the sea, obviously in California. Do you think it's just a matter of time for you to just keep your head down, keep doing what you've been doing, and then it's only a matter of time before your opportunity comes?
For sure. Like I say, I'm the type of dude like that's gonna run into it, man. Like it's going to seek me out. I'm gonna find it one. Yeah, like all I know is like I have to take something from every moment. You know what I'm saying? Like every day in boxing, you get an opportunity. You know what I'm saying, to grow, or you can be stagnant. And so like I just want to make sure that I'm still growing, learning as a fighter. Boxing for 5 years now, going on 6 total. You know what I'm saying? So it is a testament. It's partial favor. You know what I'm saying? Like how I'm able to come so far, but I can't get caught up on any of that because I'm in the race. You know what I'm saying? Can't look back and be like, oh well, I gotta be ready for all the opportunities. I gotta be ready for all these guys have been doing it their whole life. And I gotta show them what I'm doing.
So when you say you're in the race, how many amateur fights did you have?
I had about 32.
Okay.
Yeah, and I stayed amateur only because the Olympics was coming around, which was the best move for me. I didn't know anything about going pro, but once you do your research in the game, you need that amateur pedigree to fall back on so that you can, also put a name out for yourself when you turn in pro, and that's the difference with some of these guys. It's like, they try to turn pro without, having that background, so they don't really got a name to themselves. They don't have a background in the sport, which is a tough learn on the job, but yeah. So I mean, yeah, limited, but not like I wasn't applying. Like I was really I live boxing, Yeah.
So what made you get into the sport?
I mean, one thing you got to know about yourself, you got to know what's in your heart, and I mean, I always loved. I love to fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not confrontational though. I'm not like, yeah. But, I'm comfortable with going there. And so like I knew if I could like put my mind to actually like doing the other sacrifices, which is like, living the lifestyle. And any boxer know what I'm saying when I say that, like you ain't out doing this and doing that I would come along, So I figured I would get to a level to where I'm shining. Like I always took my amateur career as that, you know what I'm saying? When I didn't really have nobody locally that even knew what I was doing, I you are who you are.
Mm-hmm.
How was that Daniel Dubois sparring?
Great. Yeah. I think Daniel is he's a very strong heavyweight. I always say that dude can punch, man. Yeah. I think he's it's so crazy because like I say, he's not like putting like real finessey stuff together,
Mm-hmm.
but he's very like just steak and potatoes, boom, boom, smash you out of there. But going back this last time, I was able to put on some more weight myself. I'm a bigger guy than the first time I was out there with him, and that helped me.
How much more weight did you have, would you say?
Yeah, I think I debuted at like 225 or something. Fought all amateurs at 215. 220 highest. I think I weighed in one time, and then like now I'm like 245, 240. So
Okay.
it's been a gradual growth. You know what I'm saying? Like
About 15 pounds or so.
Yeah, living the life, man. Like being.
But 15 pounds of muscle, because you don't look fat at all. You're lean.
Yeah, carrying it a lot better, and just being a lot more strong in there, more like you can command yourself. That's one thing I noticed about like being a pro is like there's a lot of different ways to skin the cat, of course, but like when you have that extra little weight, it makes you a lot more of an authority in there, and I've always been fast, so fast and athleticism, that ain't going nowhere.
We got a couple of questions from the people. Israel Weber in Tulsa,
God.
Oklahoma says, Jeremiah, good luck on your fight August 6th. I'll be watching when next in OKC. Lunch on me. Ness, give Jeremiah my number if you don't mind. I don't have IG anymore. These grown men taking down their IG. Every time I hear a guy say they don't have IG anymore, I feel like the wife.
They got caught up. They got caught up.
1 million%. It's
The
like,
wife.
Yo, it's
got
always
caught?
the same thing. Yeah, man. My boy be like, oh, yeah, man, I don't be on there, man, because it's just like, it's just a distraction. I'm like, bro, you got to stop getting
You the
in DMs,
distraction,
bro.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
You allowing yourself to
Yeah.
be distracted. That's what that is.
Man.
Bro,
Man.
let me tell you, my cousin, I sent him a thing yesterday. He's my age. He like, bro, I don't be on TikTok. I'm like, you don't have to have one to watch the video.
Yeah.
Just download the app. He like, I'm not getting caught up in that shit. I'm like, man, you literally asking me for help.
You right.
With something.
Right.
I'm showing you a fucking tutorial video on what you... I'm like, bro, you either want the help or you don't. I don't know what to tell you. Man, TikTok is starting to become like YouTube to me. It's very resourceful.
Yeah.
It is, man. I mean, all forms of social media are resourceful. Like, I could never shut mine down, man. There's business to be made on TikTok or Instagram. I just don't, understand the people that say they get caught up or they're losing time. It's like you're probably searching the wrong things. You know what I mean? But I got James Valdez in San Antonio, Texas. He says, how do you see Canelo versus GGG fight turning out? Does GGG upset Canelo?
You know what?
Didn't you spar Canelo?
We were supposed to. Yeah, this was big. We didn't spar, though. So Eddie called me and was like, yo, actually walked right up to me. Canelo was eyeing me, man. Canelo was just, he's a madman. You know what I'm saying? He's a world champion. Still one of my favorite fighters to watch. But, yeah, I just got done sparring Frank, and he looked over at me, and he was like talking to Eddie, and Eddie walks right up to me like, hey, you spar Canelo? I'm like, hell yeah, I spar Canelo. I'm gonna bust him too, man. I was gonna
take it easy.
Nah, you see the way that dude was. If y'all was there and y'all seen the way he was punching, woo, shoot, man, I'm telling you, dude got the fire in him. Yeah, and he putting that shit in the same spot every time.
Champ, you might not even get that opportunity now that Frank's gone, huh?
Yeah. No, I mean, the whole house went up in flames, didn't it?
Yeah.
People. I bet they was arguing left and right. No telling. Because, I mean, there was a lot of different things that I seen out there that definitely could have been better for the guys surrounding Canelo, but, and Eddie. But, like, you got to – they're like family. Dude got Canelo tatted on him, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of, time and stuff like that probably you're not going to get when you got that cash cow like Canelo. But
not just that, but it's like, yo, if you literally, like, have you seen the house Eddie lives in?
Yeah.
Like, that house is ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you literally changed my life, my family's life, my daughter's life, like,
he's active.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on. So, I mean, like, the gym is designed for him. All the bags are low. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is Canelo. And that's how it should be with their relationship and, whatever. But that's their business of sort. But, no, I think, my buddy Rob said something interesting about Canelo and his ego, man, because, like, one thing about it is, lately he's also been falling in love with his power. I think
Absolutely.
This Bivol fight might have humbled him in a sense to where it was like, okay, I can't just go out there and bully somebody. You know what I'm saying? I got to actually get back to boxing, because, like, he take punches in that fight, and he never was, like, super hurt or nothing, but he was just being so nonchalant about the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you're, like, falling behind, eating all these punches, and you're just, like, chilling on the ropes, Yeah,
because he expected to land that one shot.
It was never coming.
He seen it with Callum.
I don't know that he was expecting that one shot.
He kept going for that bicep.
No,
it's 11th round. He's still doing bicep shots.
But I'm saying that's not that one shot. That one shot is the one that put Pacquiao to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the one shot. Like, his game plan didn't work.
Well, that's what well, then I'll rephrase it. He stuck to the same game plan and never changed it.
Yeah.
He said he kept going for the bicep all night. It's like, yo, 12th round, I'm still trying to hit you in the bicep.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that's just it shows, like, you got to admit, like, when you're making that type of much money and you're trying to stay hungry, you're trying to stay the animal that you are, I bet it could be difficult, man, because, like, one thing about Floyd is he completely got away from anything that was going to not affect him in the lifestyle. And I remember a viral video came out. It was just Canelo celebrating, but it was, him, somewhere drunk or something like that. And I'm thinking to myself, yo, that's Canelo drunk right there. And that was before the Bivol fight. Do what you do. Do what you do outside the gym, But when you talk about Floyd and you talk about that guy who was able to maintain who he was, it's a difference. It's a difference in that approach, And I mean, Canelo is chasing a weight class where he probably didn't even belong anyway. But, you look at like, oh, this guy's just going to be intimidated because I'm Canelo, and Bivol wasn't having none of that. He wasn't having none of that. And you got to get back to your combination punching. You got to get back to boxing and not just – if you're going to rematch that guy, you got to really box him. And you got a combination punch. You got to move and not get, lazy with your work. It was there. He's the world champion. He is Canelo, but it wasn't the same.
Nah, man, Danny's funny. Danny's over here in the studio chat like, Dan, could you zoom more into me to show my nostril?
Yeah, right. No, cause my man zoom in on me like crazy, dumb crazy. It's like mad zoomed in right now, and he's like, "Oh, Jeremiah's hand was in the shot." I'm like, you could have told Jeremiah just scoot over a little, right here, because I'm like, bro, my man's like right here, like it looked like.
Bro,
a
that's
shot.
not that zoomed in, Bo. You did good, bro.
Look at what it was before. And how nice of a shot that is. Look, right here.
Yo, get out
your profile, baby.
And then look, that's nice. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever, man.
That's about
ruin
just as much as
504.
you. And then
you done with your shot, man? Can we get back to the work?
Yeah, nah, fuck what you talking about. Have you met Jake yet?
Jake, no, I ain't met him.
You haven't met him yet?
No, I ain't met him.
Okay.
I ain't met him. I'm supposed to be as presser last time, but I was late.
You should have went out to Puerto Rico, man. Got that work. He needed some heavyweight work.
Hey, yeah, right. I could have got him ready for Rockman, man. You know, I think.
And I'm sure you know Rockman.
No, I never met him out here.
Really?
Yeah, never bumped into him like that.
How the hell do you not bump into Rock? Ain't he at DLX every day?
Yeah, but you know, I've only been over there like twice.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean,
you a Mayweather boxing guy.
Yeah, the coaches, you know what I'm saying, they stick to their gyms around here.
Ruin 504 says, without giving away the game plan, is there anything you know about Quentin Sumter?
I mean, I don't know anything. The kid ain't got nothing boxing up on his page. Like, he has one fight where he's knocking out a guy who shouldn't have been in there anyway. And that's about it. So, I mean, I'll go in. I'll see what he does. I'll do what I do. And that'll be the fight. You know?
Has anyone questioned whether or not you're too nice because of what you did?
You know,
and for those listening, what I mean by what he did, obviously he has a very highlight real knockout that's gone viral where you took pity on your opponent, right? He was knocked out on his feet, kind of like Alicia Bumgarner and Terry Harper, and you kind of stopped that next punch and looked at the ref like, ain't you gonna stop it? And then the ref did stop it. Have you had conversations with people in the industry where they insinuate or you kind of feel that conversation they're trying to figure out whether or not you have a killer instinct or you're too nice?
Yeah, no, this has come up very seldomly. Okay. I mean, you know, especially when, you know, the thing, it just breathes new life every now and then. You'll see it go viral again. So it's come up most of the time, but you know, that whole fight is just based off perspective. So many things. That's why it went viral, because like you have the humbleness, you have the funny looking facial expression, you have so many different things you can interpret from it. But you know what, like I think the best answer I can give you is like, you know, like being in control, being able to look, I can body you at will. You know what I'm saying? I can willfully spare you right now. You know, I can choose to do that. That's like the dangerous side of it. It's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? You could take a man's life. You know what I'm saying? Like you could talk like that. People, I never want that on my record. You know what I'm saying? You'll never hear me sound like some people that said that. But
who?
How you know? Wilder's famous. You know. But like,
damn, Nuss, you answer like I ain't know. I know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, but of course, nobody. I don't know. But like, could you be willing to go there? You know, because we all sign a Muhammad Ali act every time we fight. It's the fact that, you know, I'm willing to assume that I could die here right now, and the risk is on me. You know what I'm saying?
We just had,
there was a
this
kid,
week. Just had somebody pass away. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sad stuff. This is the fight game, and I mean, if you ain't accepting all that,
but, come on, man, them dudes were sparring outside in Africa in the sun, in the dirt.
Look,
like one dude had headgear, the other one didn't. Like, I mean, and I get it. You know, they're the third world country trying to grind, but things is gonna happen when you that.
Yeah, but what about the times? Okay, that's one instance. What about the instances where that's not the case?
And that's cool. I'm just saying that.
Yeah, no.
Every instance needs to have its details be brought to light because, you know, it wasn't just sparring. That was different.
Yeah. I mean, you got to move professionally, and then sometimes even if you're moving with caution, things happen. But I don't worry about none of that. Like, you know, if y'all would have been on my last fight, which didn't end in knockout, it actually went to decision. Hats off to Buddy for getting back up.
About to spice this up. Your mans took shot at you for not getting knockout. DeAndre Savage was like, he was like, Jeremiah, this what you do with them bums. See the difference is you went. What he said? You went the decision with yours. I knocked mine out. Yo, he on your heels. He watching everything you do. I hope. Honestly, I know you look at it like, oh, he's annoying, but in this game, you need a nemesis. Think about it. Triple G had been on Canelo's heels. Man, I hated Triple G for that because I'm like, bro, you at 60. This dude's at 54 and you like waiting for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, get on with your fucking life. You looking back. This dude ain't even there yet. But Canelo needed a nemesis.
Yeah.
The world thought he was afraid. That's why that fight was that big. Same thing for Earl and Crawford. Pacquiao and Floyd. Like, you need a nemesis.
He's definitely a heel. Like, he's not, he like.
And he's doing his job. He a good B side.
Yeah,
or A side. My bad.
He might be a C side. I don't know. He might have to make a bracket for this fool, man. Yo, I mean,
wait,
like,
how many amateur fights he got? Because you got 30. How far off is he?
Man, I couldn't
because y'all
tell
fought
you,
in the amateurs.
But he still look exactly like he did like back then, which is just wild to me.
But you mean weight wise or skill wise?
Oh no, he's definitely heavier, but skill wise, no, skill wise. No,
he said he's definitely heavier. What? That was right. That was pretty fast.
No, he's definitely heavier, but the skill is still the same. And I mean to post not even a stoppage in Mexico. Yo, come on, man. Don't tag me in this. Like, he was looking for me to reshare the video. I wasn't going to entertain it. I showed it to some local kids in my neighborhood. They had a laugh.
Hey, local kids.
Like, it was like, who is this guy? And so, I mean, yeah, that was about as far as I'll take that.
Yo, he in camp with Andy.
Yeah, I know you seen that.
You know you seen that. You know you seen that.
Yo, you know what? But Andy's a great guy, man. You know, I don't know what Andy doing with them fools around him. Andy, hit me, Andy. Call me up, because you got Ortiz, and you don't need to be hanging around them.
So you don't think Savage is good?
No.
What about Chris Lovejoy?
Well, you know, Chris is Chris. You know what I'm saying? I have no beef with Chris, so Chris can do his thing. I think, you know, Chris is
y'all work together?
Marketing. Nah, never. I've
never.
You know, I seen that video of Tyson Fury like running him down the other day, and that shit was fucking hilarious, man. He was like, because Chris had been popping his mouth at Tyson, and he said, "Oh, you the one, right?" Chris was shook, man. He was shook. He said, "Yeah, come tomorrow." You know what I'm saying? I'm Tyson Killjoy or something. That dude he's funny, man. But nah, I ain't got no. You know, Chris, you the manager, man. You figure this out. We could have had Madison Square Garden. You know what I'm saying? What the hell you doing?
So y'all offered him a fight?
Yeah, I mean, you know, my team was gonna reach out, but we see where they at. You know what I'm saying? So like, he's waiting for something else, and you know, keep fighting in Mexico. Catch me in the Garden. Yeah.
Catch me in the Garden. Shots fired. Nah, man. It's still good to have a nemesis. I like that you guys are, you know, kind of on each other, but there may be bigger fights on the horizon for you. You've been in, or should I say, you have rivalries already. We just found out you faced or sparred Jared Anderson in the amateurs.
We sparred. Yeah, I sparred with him one time when I was down at the Olympic camp. Team USA was getting ready for Bulgaria, and he was just a heavyweight then, so he was at 200. I was a super heavyweight. I was brought in, of course.
Damn, so you was bigger.
Yeah, I was a lot bigger.
How old are you?
I'm 28 now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 28 now.
And he's 22
right now. Yeah, he's
22. He's 22.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's 22.
Fucking young.
You know, so you got guys out there that's really doing something. So like, yeah, of course, I'm headed more in that direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to have all this little Savage banner going back and forth, but like, yo, like, catch me with the real grinders, man. Catch me with the real workers, and you know, I'm gonna continue getting my record up. I'm gonna continue getting where I need to be, so that like, yeah, like I told I don't know, like you know, I spar with everybody. I've been around sparring with everybody, but like you know, it won't be long before these names start coming to me, like the same guys that some of these guys I even sparred with, you know. Yeah, so like I wouldn't say that I'm in a rivalry right now, but ain't nobody off my radar. Ain't nobody off my radar, because they could very much all be, you know what I'm saying, somebody. And I'm gonna have my own name to bring to the table. And, yeah, I got to knock one of these dudes off. I got to knock one of them off, you know.
So is it safe to say that you would prefer Jared to be in the role of DeAndre Savage? Would it entice you or make you feel any better if it was Jared kind of calling you out or trolling you on IG?
I think that would, of course, because I think the gravity, you know what I'm saying, be a lot heavier. You know, Jared is reputable. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, and I'm. That's why I came in the game. That's why I'm so serious about my career, is because it needs to be reputable.
Yeah,
you know,
but you just said you're not looking back. You know, so like, I'm not trying to be, you know.
No, but Jared's got more wins. He's got more wins.
So like, would that be reputable? Cause like,
well, that's why I say
for him, shouldn't he he's go after the bigger fights, the world title fights, or the fights that are gonna get him in place for the title shot?
Okay, so that's the thing. Like, coming online and just talking around your mouth is super cheap. You know, but it's part of the game. Man. You have to sell it. You have to and this is what Savage and them do. This is how they get their careers and their little rocks off, whatever. But you know, you gotta put in the work. That's why I keep, let's just fight. Let's just get there. You know what I'm saying? To where things make more sense.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, before you know it, we all gonna hit the same point. We're gonna be at the same destination. We're gonna have to cross the same bridge. You know, and that's why I say, like, I'm running my own race, but I'm on a collision course. You know what I'm saying? Without getting into the, like, I'm not trying to fake clout my way into it. I'm really trying to do it. You know what I'm saying?
The reason I ask is because, like, you're like, Savage isn't there yet. It's not Tom. So if the roles were reversed and Jared was Savage, being the 11-0 fighter that he is, and you're 6-0, would you accept his challenge, or would it be like, he's more advanced? I need that experience. I need to have 11 fights before I could get in there with him. I need to have however many sessions with Fury sparring before, you know what I mean? So, like, is it different now that the roles will be reversed because he's more advanced than you? People may think he's more skilled than you, the way that you think you're more skilled than Savage. How's that work?
Yeah, you know, it is what it is on paper, you know, but I don't get into paper, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about the paperwork. I just know, like, if you gonna go into a water with, you know what I'm saying, a big fish or something like that, you better be ready to swim. So I'm not like, when that happens, when the opportunity happens, you know, whether it's 7 or whether it's after this fight, you know what I'm saying, we can get it, you know. I think it's just about being ready for the moment. I don't like all this waiting around and stuff like that. I told you I'm impatient. But I get it's part of the game, because, like, you know, certain people got more to. Once you invest this stuff into a fight and the business side of this stuff, all that stuff gets complicated. So you just can't expect things to just happen, you know, and certain risks to be just taken for no reason. But yeah, of course, I would be, at this stage of my career, I would be reaching up to get that opportunity, and I'm perfectly fine with that. You know, with it being what it is. In my mind, do I think that way about myself? No. You know, but like I say, switch to revert. Savage, that's just a nada. You know what I'm saying? He's just so that's just Savage. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I actually feel about him. But yeah, I think you know, if it was a Jared or Hargovich or any of these guys at that, you know, clout level, it's a fight. You know what I'm saying? It's a fight, and I have to be ready for a fight. So I don't take it like.
Speaking of Hrgovic, what's your thoughts on his fight with Zhilauj, the Big Bang? They're going to be fighting on the August 20th Alexander Usyk AJ rematch. It's going to be a night of heavyweights pretty much, even though cruiserweight Andrew Tabiti will be taking on Tyrone Spong, unless that moved up to heavyweight, because Spong used to be a heavyweight, was going to fight Usyk one day.
That's a heavyweight, yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay, Tabiti moving up?
Tabiti been coming up, yeah. Tabiti, he coming up for this one, yeah. So we going to see what happens. I mean, he's been working.
Listen, Spong ain't been in the ring since 2019.
Yeah.
I know him for so long. I lived in Florida. I went to Rigondeaux's camp when he fought Nonito. So I met Spong a long time ago with Pedro Diaz. He got the skills, but he just ain't never been in the ring. Not no like real ring with TVs and he's been on those Netherlands cards and Mexico cards.
Yeah, I was watching.
He got knocked out beginning of this year and
in boxing.
Nah.
Yeah, that don't count. That's just a whole nother.
Why do you think that don't count?
Because Melissa Odessa lost in MMA. Clarissa Shields lost in MMA. If it counts, let's start leading with that. That Clarissa just lost.
No. But it's fucking different that she lost a split decision. This man got knocked the fuck out.
It's a totally different sport, man. Little gloves. They using legs and all type of weird shit.
So you don't have to. So he wouldn't have to recover from that knockout to fight in a boxing fight.
I hear you, man. I'm just saying different fight, but I hear you. It's unfortunate. I wanted his when he get in the boxing ring to be not with the cards stacked against him. I've been waiting for him to have a real fight in this sport for a minute now, and was disappointed when the Usyk fight fell apart. So a fight with him and Dibiase is not bad. He's gonna have the weight advantage. He's not a small person at all. Have you met him in person, Spung, or no?
Nah, I ain't never seen him. Never seen him. No.
Don't they kind of look alike? Like on pictures? No?
No, I don't see it.
No.
That was racist.
Yeah. Let me get to some more of these. Who we got next? Young Tigre de San Antonio says, who has the toughest road to undisputed? Haney, Bud at 140 or Canelo at 168?
You know what? It might be Crawford, man. I'm tired of them talking about this fight. They didn't make this fight. I'm just gonna say Crawford just because I'm ready to see Earl Spencer Crawford get down. Like, figured it out. You done left Top Rank, and I don't see what's the next obstacle. Y'all still talking about money? Find the money, get that money. Let's see that fight happen.
I mean, easier said than done, right? Like, we kind of were talking about the numbers, just going off of what was rumored that Earl and Mikey made, which was high 8 millions, and that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
my man done got 3 belts since then. Plus, this is for undisputed. You got to consider Keller Plant, the rumor. Yeah. He started at 10 for 1 belt to undispute. So Crawford's sitting there like, bro, I just got 6.5 versus Porter as a mandatory. Y'all better come correct.
So what is it? Is it like, this is me asking the question, like when they pay you that money one time, then they always got to pay you that money again. Is that what it is, or what?
Some I mean, in your contract, like if you win a belt, your price, your purse goes up, and if you ain't lose, that purse don't go down.
Of course.
No, so you know.
So they probably don't want to.
But the thing is, he didn't lose, but he's also not with the promoter that can uphold that old contract.
I think it kind of depends who you fight into, right? Because some events would be bigger than others that would generate more money.
Absolutely.
But
dance partner always is going to matter.
Yeah, the dance partner is always going to matter. I mean,
that's why I'm telling you, don't turn Savage down. Don't think I got like this soft spot for him.
Nah.
I just understand marketing. People didn't like Rolly. They didn't understand Rolly. But look, he's popular as fuck now. And everybody wants to fight him now after a loss.
It's crazy. The day after that fight, he's like...
Not the day after. I've been saying it before, but he's going to tell you the day after I say he's going to be a star, or people still going to want to see him. And it's true. They want to see him. I want to see Rolly versus a bunch of people.
What I was going to say was, the fact that he was like, even getting knocked out, he still won.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hell yeah, he won.
He 360'd everything for us.
Right, he just posted his new Evo. He think he give a fuck about Chai? He just fully modded his car. He don't give a fuck about none of us.
Yo,
he chilling.
He had the odds. The odds were changing. You know what I'm saying? People were taking their money and flipping it on Rolly. Like, he's a hustler, man. He flipped that whole thing. And he bent it to his will to create that.
I would love to see him in Blair Flair, but they just announced Blair Flair, Maurice Hooker. But imagine them two motherfuckers talking shit.
Yo, let me tell you something. Granted, I know how the game,
even though Blair Flair is 147.
I know how the game goes sometimes, and they could have known for a long ass time and could have been training. I just don't like the fact they announced the fight like 9 days, 8 days, or 9-10 days before it takes place. Like
what, Maurice Hooker and Blair?
Yeah, that's a great fight.
I had no clue it was 9 days out.
Bro, that's just next Saturday.
Damn.
They announced
It's August
it.
6th, yeah.
Bro, and I ain't even see Blair. Blair used to train out here.
Yesterday or Tuesday of this
Damn.
week?
Is that the main? Who is it?
No, it's
Who's
on
the
the
undercard?
Virgil Ortiz.
Bro, that's Golden Boy for
wow.
you,
Virgil,
man.
that's the main event.
Yo,
Virgil.
don't let Mike sign you to Golden Boy. Fuck that shit.
Don't
man.
do
Stay
that.
away from
Don't.
Golden.
Fuck
That's
that,
wild,
bro.
yeah,
That's crazy.
That is wild. But yeah, I seen it. I was like, have I been missing this?
Bro, you want to hear?
hear
You want to hear some more wild Golden Boy news? They got a fight card today.
today?
Exactly. Somehow they got Joey Gonzalez, who is, somehow they got Joey Gonzalez's brother, Jose Gonzalez, who I don't know how he ended up on Golden Boy when his brother's with Top Rank, but yeah, he's fighting today on their card.
His brother is with Top Rank?
Joey's with Top Rank. Ain't Joey with Top Rank or he's with Golden Boy?
I don't know. I know when Shakur beat him, I know for a fact he was with Golden Boy.
Oh, well, you might be right.
Because
Maybe that's why.
I shit on Golden Boy because how the fuck your fighter fighting for a world title and you ain't even come in support of him? Pathetic.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah. So if he is
so it might be right. He might be Golden Boy.
He might be with them now. But I know when the
No, I think you're right. I think that was Golden Boy and Bob Arum, Top Rank. But you said Bud had a rougher road to Undisputed. But I think you said that more because you just want the fight.
I did.
Okay.
I did.
Big Casual says, "What's up, champ? Have you ever got some work in the gym with the heavyweight vet Luis Ortiz? If so, how was that experience? And how do you see that fight going against Andy Ruiz?"
Yeah. Ortiz was my first actual camp. Like, you know what? When I moved out here, my first real heavyweight like camp where I was invited in as a sparring partner to work with him for. He had a fight ended in the first round.
So they put you in one of them little cells in the back?
Woo, you seen it, boy. Yeah, I was out there, man.
How long?
Man, I was out there for what, 3 weeks?
Wow.
Yo.
Shout out to you.
Yeah.
For anybody that doesn't know, so Luis Ortiz has a gym that is kind of like a mechanic shop.
Herman Casedo.
It's kind of like a mechanic shop, and that entire plaza is mechanics.
Yeah.
His gym happens to be a gym. It's still the whole mechanic, type of garage. In that garage, they have 5, maybe 7, 10 by 10 jailhouse cell rooms where the guys go. They got their bed and little TV, and you sleep there.
Yeah, I was on a bunk bed.
Yours was a bunk?
Yo,
oh, that's
smaller
fucked up.
than
They
this
gave
table.
you a bunkie.
Smaller than this table, and like
who was your roommate?
It was just me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, it was double stacked, but like I say, I was sleeping in the bunk bed, and then just a little 4x4 little room, man. I'm talking about no bigger than most closets. You walk out, you open the door.
Yours was smaller than 10 by 10. It was 4 by 4.
Oh my! I'm exaggerating.
Okay,
but
I was
I'm
about
telling
to
you,
say, damn.
it was
4 by 4.
Yo, I'm exaggerating.
He was standing. He was standing.
He was laying down.
Yo,
he was
in
laying.
They gave him a coffin.
He wasn't laying down. He was laying on the wall.
They gave him a coffin and said, "Yo, sleep here. If you don't wake up, we know what to do with you."
Yo, I open the door. I fall out the room. You know what I'm saying? I'm already in the gym. I'm like, it's time for sparring. Like, yo, and they know where to find you. You know what I'm saying? So it's my first time in Miami. So I'm dead. Ortiz. I'm running in the morning. Yeah. But that last week, dog, I'm trying to do Miami, man.
Yeah.
I've been out here, and so now I'm trying to see, Wynwood. I'm trying to see the beach. I'm trying to go. Ocean
You ain't
Drive.
had no car.
Nah, I'm pushing, man. Shout out to my boy Cassius Chaney, who was out there.
Okay.
He whipped me around a couple times, and then I just started solo with the Uber, which got expensive, but but they paid
real quick.
Yeah. So man. But you know what? The
Especially in Florida, shit is far out there.
The gym is in that whole garage. So you can't invite nobody back. You can't do anything. So
it's no parking.
So I'm coming back in the middle of the night, and it's gone. He give me the passcode to get into the garage to open the gym, but you gonna wake everybody up. Man, that thing. I'm coming back, man. It's late. I'm coming back. I'm waking up the whole. Ortiz got money though. He ain't living in there.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
He with his
he
family.
wasn't in there. But shout out to all the guys that was down there. Carlos Negron, everybody. Negron wasn't living in there either, but everybody that was staying there. They got some other guys.
Michelle Rivera.
Yeah. So
Chris Colbert would pop in, right? Did he pop in while you was there?
He wasn't there when I was there.
Danny popped in while you was there? Because
believe
Garcia
so, yeah.
uses that gym.
Yeah, he might have been coming the week I was gone.
Okay.
Yep. And then you know, you had what's his name was getting ready for Devin Haney at the time, Gamboa.
Okay.
I think that was who he was getting ready for. So Gamboa was working. But yeah, a lot of people popping in and out. That gym is it's wild, man. But Ortiz's work was great.
So
great
you got work
experience.
with Negron too, then?
Yeah, I work with Negron as well.
That's another Olympian too. He was an Olympian for the Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah.
But lower weight.
Yeah,
he wasn't a heavyweight.
No, but he still moved like he's that little guy, man. So it was just growth. It was so much growth like that. And then straight off of that fight, then go to London. So like
great experiences.
Yeah, great experience.
Listen, we got to cut it. I know you ran into some issues and got here late, but we got our next guest kind of outside waiting. We're going to cut to a quick intermission and come back with Team Trouble. But Jeremiah Milton, please give out your social media or anywhere you want to direct our audience. Obviously, you got tickets because you do have a fight. Let them know how to get them and how to watch you.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you guys want to keep up with me, just check me out. You know what I'm saying? Mainly I'm on IG at Dreamland_Milton, or you can follow my Twitter, Dreamland Milton. Those are two places you'll see me posting, and just keep me updated about fight stuff. August 6th, we going to Madison Square Garden. You know, Jake Paul undercard. Come check me out. Fighting another undefeated fighter. You can come out to the show if you out in New York. Yo, that's gonna be the spot to be at. Outside of that, man, stay tuned.
Let's go. YouTube family, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1 million subscribers. We're on the road to 1 million. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.